Hello, hello. No, I'm not dead yet. The Mormons go, oh shit, he's back. Hey, I'm busy. I really have a life, and it's been busy with my in-laws here and etc. Now, I'm sure this is Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you from Kangaroo City, my hometown here in Australia. Woo! And the many of you who watch me closely, like the police and the FBI, many of you who watch me are wondering why is this pair of underwear on my chest. I couldn't find where to put it. I couldn't remember. This dimension's getting bad. I have to cover up the emblem on this shirt because the owner says he doesn't want it on the bar show. I said, okay, okay, okay. I have a link down below, and let's take a look at it. The bar don't lie. The Mormon Church has now proved that Joseph Smith was a prophet from God, that the angel Moroni and his brother Moroni just sat in the background, and he said, hey, it's your turn to knock on the door. Moroni, go down and, do the Joseph Smith thing. Anyway, the church has now come to a point of what they call transparency. Now, let me tell you something. When the Mormons call something transparent, it can be blacker than the blackest night, okay? But they think that you're going to believe the word rather than the act and the deed and the observation or the scientific. That's how a cult flourishes, on words. Well, they went to their vault. Now, they have these big vaults up in the mountains of Utah. I don't know what the hell the Mormons have that anybody else wants. But if they build a vault, they feel it's important, that what they have is very important. So what they did is, according to the article that I posted for you, they went to the vault. Now, they took out of the vault the magic stones that Joseph Smith used to translate the Book of Mormon, and said, see, we were never lying. There's the stone. We're that dumb. We're that... God dang, they did have a stone. They just were driving up the canyon, found a damn stone, put it in the paper. Like Joseph Smith, when he said he showed the golden plates to the people, that he filled a box with rocks and then covered it so nobody could see, but they could lift it. See, there's the plates. There's a fool born every day. There's a fool born every day. So anyway, they have the magic rock picture proving the Mormon Church is true. Now, I'll back off. If they get the plates out of the vault, get me those gold plates, let me look at it, I go, hell, no, I may want it. But when you find a rock alongside the road and then call it the magic seer stone, the bar don't roll that way. I have a little bit higher standard. So anyway, when they produce the gold plates, I'll take all my videos down. Until then, they're just going to have to deal with them. So, they're trying. They're losing members like crazy. What's crazy about the vault is I think it's as big as the White House. And they had this little rock in it. They must think we're the most stupid creatures on the face of the planet. So anyway, the Mormon Church is true. They showed you their rock. And it ain't the rock of Gibraltar, it's a little rock. Until a year ago, the Mormon Church denied that Joseph Smith used the rock. Because no, he just translated the place with a Urim and Thummim. What the hell is it? I can't wait to see that come out of the vault, the Urim and the Thummim. I know what the thumbum is, but the urine, I don't know what the urine is. Anyway, 2 years ago, they denied he ever used a hat, he ever used a rock. So now they brought the rock out, okay? Supposedly. And it ain't transparent, I can tell you that right now. Now, they haven't produced his hat yet. They're going to go down to a comedy store, a place where they sell not uniforms, not costumes. And they're going to get a top hat, and they're going to say it came out of the cave. See? It's all true. They can't produce one piece of evidence of the Book of Mormon, but they think you're going to believe it because they showed you the magic rock. Well, if the rock was floating, around the room, I go, hey, now that's more interesting, but it's just a rock. That's going to bring in millions of members, especially the educated ones. So anyway, I'm expecting the hat at any time. And then to really put it to rest, I think they ought to get Helen Mar Kimball's panties out of the vault. So see? We're not hiding anything. There's nothing to hide. Nothing's true. You can't hide invisible, mystic stuff. So, anyway, the Book of Mormon, you can't find one shield, one sword, one outhouse. You can't find one dead body when there were millions. And now they've proved the whole thing is true because they have a rock. I think this is funny. I'm sorry. I just think it's funny. And there's 4 or 5 of my kangaroos sitting over there. They think it's funny too. So anyway, take a look at the rock story. A lot has been happening in my life that I just haven't had time to come over and say anything. And I appreciate you people more than you know. I mean, you're my whole life. You are really my whole life. And I just... you want to peek under my underwear again? Underwear on my chest. What's wrong with that man? Oh, he's mentally ill, probably. He is. So anyway, the Mormons have finally proved their religion. They don't have any archaeological evidence anywhere. They don't have one Lamanite. They don't have one Nephite. They don't have one anything. But goddamn, they got a rock. Now, like I said, if the prophet Monsoon would make it float, or it would start to talk, a talking rock, now I'd say, hey, maybe Jesus does have some power here. But the rock is just, it's just a rock. But if Monson could get it to talk, I know the church is true. I know Joseph Smith was a true prophet. Hey, if he could get the rock to talk, I might reconsider. The world has become way too sophisticated for this kind of a cult. It can't last. It can't last because everywhere you go, there's cameras. Everything you say is recorded. Everything you think, everywhere that you have made a public announcement, even private stuff, cameras are everywhere. And you can't hide. Somebody is going to get out of that 12 apostles, which is nothing more than an overloaded van from Mexico and a coyote named Monsoon driving it. What are they going to do? The world is getting more and more scientific, more technological, and more exact. And when you produce a rock and call it magic, now back in I think it was the 70s, they had rocks. And this was the biggest ripoff I've ever seen in my life. They sold rocks. They were little tiny river rocks. And they were for sale in stores. They weren't expensive, but you had to pay money for them. And I think the purpose of the rocks was kind of like those beads that people use to be calm and to have joy. And satisfaction in life. But anyway, they sold magic rocks. So that idea with the Mormons, I don't know if they're going to sell the rock or not, but, you know, those rocks back then were the first idea of magic rocks for sale. Now the Mormon Church 50 years later goes, hey, that was a good idea. Get a rock, and we'll tell them it's Joseph Smith's rock. Are his fingerprints on it? Even if they were, who cares? Rocks can't talk. I've never found a talking rock. So anyway, take a look. They're the people that go, pay, lay, ale. Oh God, hear the words of my mouth. Help the members, the non-members, Mormons and non-members think the rock is magic. And don't cut my throat, don't cut my heart out, and don't cut my guts out for the rock. I won't tell anyone about the rock. And I want everyone to have health and a navel, marrow in the bones, strength in loins and sinews, power and priesthood to be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. Now, what full-grown man would be on a 1.3 million hits show with underwear on his head? They're magic underwear. They ought to get to the wash. They're really magic. These can cause you to pass out. That's how magic they are. This bar's gone.